Okay. So good evening, everyone. Welcome. I hope you are having a nice day, a nice beginning of the week. And let's get started. Do you know what a script is?
No.
No? Well, I'm about to show you a script.
Okay.
Peraí, porque tem um monte de coisa aberta aqui, eu fico me perdendo. Okay. This is a script. Okay. The script is the dialogues and how the scenes are going to work in a movie. Okay. It can also be called as a screenplay. Okay. Because as you can see, look, so Eggman, please, Sonic, I'll never turn animals into robots again, I swear. Sonic ignores him and speeds up, okay? So it's the story with the dialogues from a movie, a series, a podcast, or whatever. You always make a script before doing so, okay? Open your books, page 77. And here we have a script, okay? But the second part of the script is incomplete, okay? You and your classmates, I'm going to divide you in groups of 3. You and your classmates are screenwriters and you are discussing the screenplay for a new movie. You are, sorry, I'm going to separate you into pairs. You are reasonably happy with the first and the third act, but the second act was a completely mess and you had to throw it away. Now you're trying to fix it. You will need the information below and your imagination, okay? So here we have the first and second act of your movie, okay? It's called Psych Hunters. And you are going to work in pairs and create the second act for the movie. You are going to have about 10 minutes to do so in the breakout rooms. Then each pair will present their second act, okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to separate you. No sol. Na corda. Okay, you can go to the breakout rooms and work on this. Cauã, você pode ir para breakout room. Já foi. Vou pausar agora a gravação porque eles estão na breakout room.
Esse foi um pouquinho complicado.
Ainda tem tempo. Calma, daqui a pouquinho. Espera, moça.
É 10 mil, 2?
Sim, a janta vai ser miojo. Sim, eu não tenho vergonha de falar.
Sem problemas, miojo é gostoso.
Só tem 3 quilos de sal dentro dele. O que beber o galão de 20 litros não resolve?
Virar um caminhão-pipa também é super normal.
Olha.
Vergonha de falar. Realmente posso falar na minha vida, eu não sou mais muda.
Ok, deixa lá em cima da mesa. Daqui a pouco eu vou fazer quando acabar a aula.
Okay.
So, mas claro que eu vou cozinhar 2 ovos para poder dizer que eu sou saudável para comer junto.
Queijão também é gostoso.
Queijinho, ó. So, The first pair to present their second act of the script is Kawan and Maurílio, please.
Okay. I didn't think about some many things, but at the second act, they start to work the project, and after many attempts, they finally nossa, eu esqueci agora. Eles finalmente conseguem.
They finally get
the. Como é? How can I say protótipo?
prototype.
Prototype. So, after the second act, this started the third act. That the violin reveals itself to be.
Okay.
Sorry, the supervisor reveals himself to be the villain.
Okay. Camila and Edmar.
Ah, tá. Oi. The girls stands on watching the protagonist mate, the two fall in love. Acho que é assim que fala.
Okay.
And then the protagonist discovers the villain's plans. É só isso que a gente fez.
Okay. Next pair is Carlos, Isabela, and Manuela.
Agora boa sorte pra vocês, que eu não me engano. Quem vai falar? Tem que ser eu mesmo? Tem que ser eu, né? Óbvio que tem que ser eu, porque...
Sim, ué.
Super. Só porque eu tava um bom tempo sem falar, enfim. Então,
Agora tu tem voz, escuta ela aí.
finalmente. Eu me perdi no meu próprio raciocínio, mas tá bom.
It happens.
We decided the girl is involved in the villain plan, and she não sei como explicar essa questão. Tipo, correr atrás do cara, do protagonista.
She goes after the protagonist.
Goes out to the protagonist. That's it. Ela vai se tornar uma vilã.
Okay. And the last pair, Letícia and Ainauane.
Teacher, we think about it a lot, and I think we made a little story, but it's not so
No
good.
problem. That's the goal, is to make a little story, to continue the script.
She changed her opinion about the protagonist and start to love him. I don't know.
Yeah.
And the villain, how can I say, discovered it.
Mhm.
And the villain tried to kill her. And the protagonist tried the experiment.
Okay.
And when he was after almost dying, he comes out completely changed and help her. I don't know.
Okay, very good. Okay, it's better. It needs to be a little bit bigger because it's like the development, part of the development of the story. Okay, talking about movies and etc. As we know, this script is for a fantasy movie. Okay, this is a question that's going to lead us for the next activity. So I'm going to separate you into trios, okay, in groups of 3, and you are going to discuss. Are you into fantasy and what kind? For example, fantasy movies are these. Look at here. Lord of the Rings, okay? It's a fantasy movie. Game of Thrones. It's a fantasy drama. Okay.
My favorite.
Yes, but the end of Game of Thrones, like 7th and 8th season, I feel really ashamed of that.
I didn't watch it yet.
And we also have a fantasy series like Stranger Things, like Outlander. Okay. And do you know any of these shows and movies that I've shown you? Do you know any of the movies and series?
Game of Thrones, I guess.
Game of Thrones. What else? Carlos said yes. Okay.
Stranger
So now,
Things.
Stranger Things. It's awesome. I like Stranger Things. I have to finish season 3. I never finished. It's going to be released in season 4, and I haven't finished season 3 yet. I find out some spoilers about the end, so I got sad. Now I'm going to separate you into the breakout rooms, and you're going to ask the questions, okay? Are you into fantasy, and what kind? What's your favorite fantastic creature? What would you do if you saw it one? For example, my favorite fantastic creature is a dragon, okay? Or a wyvern. Wyvern, they are like related to the dragons, but they fly, but they are really smaller than a regular dragon like Smaug from Lord of the Rings. And if you could be a hero in a fantasy story, who, what, and would you like to be? Okay. So now we are going to enter the geek part of the class. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. It wasn't supposed to share the screen. So let me open the breakout rooms, recreate them. Okay. In groups of 3, you are going to discuss the question. Vou pausar novamente. So let's close the breakout rooms and go back.
Okay.
Hi.
Hello, welcome back. I missed you.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. It's only Manuela. Can I come back to the main screen? Gente, cadê a Manuela que não volta? I think her connection fell. I don't know. Well, she appeared. Well, look at the screen and tell me, do you know what kind of books are those?
Don't know.
Professora,
HQ?
eu já vi pelo menos falando.
I heard a voice from really low voice saying HQ, like HQ.
I think that's
Okay, Maurílio saying, now I got the voice. Who else wants to try to guess what kind of books are these? We have the Player's Handbook, Monster Manual, Dungeons Master Guide, Hold of the Dragon Queen, The Rise of Tiamat. O microfone da Manuela só tá boop.
Então, né, o povo me pedindo código.
Parece capa de CD para videogame.
Yes, actually it's not a video game because These, just a second. These are D and D books, okay? These are D&D books. What is D&D? D&D, it's Dungeons and Dragons. It's a kind of game that we play using our imagination, a sheet of paper to create your character, and some dice, okay? And you create a character, for example, an elf, an ogre, a witch, a human, a goblin, maybe, let me see, an orc, okay, a hobbit, okay, and many other fantastic creatures, okay? So this game is pretty interesting. I played when I was a teenager, but nowadays I only play online, like not online games, but only computer games related to RPG. Okay, RPG, D&D. D&D means Dungeons and Dragons, and RPG is role-playing game, okay? Which means you interpret a character that you create on your own. Here, you are going to listen to a segment of a talk show and mark these sentences, true or false. And then you are going to correct the false ones, okay? So let me share the screen again. Now you are going to listen and check if it's true or false. Actually, I'm going to play one time because, let me check the time. Ok, so, nós vamos parar nessa atividade agora, ok? Por motivo de que o áudio são 4 minutos e provavelmente nós teríamos que repeti-lo. Então, não daria tempo de terminar essa atividade por agora. Na próxima aula, nós continuaremos nesse mesmo tema sobre RPG, ok? So, have a nice weekend. Oh, nice weekend. Olha, tô dando um bom final de semana pro povo. Tenha uma boa semana. Have a nice week, ok? Stay safe and see you next class.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.